Will Texas become a Second Amendment sanctuary state? Well, the governor says it should be, and a bill has been submitted in both chambers that might make that an actual reality. You want to learn more about it? Watch this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. It is very, very humbling, and I thank you for that. Before I jump into this Texas news, I've gotten a lot of messages about the NRA bankruptcy filing. I actually did a live video on that last night. I'll link that above if you didn't see the live video. Yes, the NRA did file Chapter 11 bankruptcy, mainly for the purpose of restructuring so that they can pull out of New York and set up in Texas. If you don't live in Texas, you might not be aware that over the last year, or a little bit over a year, over 60 counties in Texas have become Second Amendment sanctuary counties. So let's talk about first the governor. The governor's name is Greg Abbott, and he has been seen as a pro-gun governor. And 2 days ago, he addressed the Texas Public Policy Foundation, and this is what he said regarding the Second Amendment.
I want to make sure that Texas becomes a Second Amendment sanctuary state so that no government official at any level can come and take your gun away from you, despite those people who said, heck yes, we're going to take your gun. And we're going to say, heck no, you cannot take people's guns away in Texas.
So you have a governor who appears to be in support of getting this done. And let's talk about the legislation that has been proposed to get this done as well. Two bills have been filed, both in the House, HB 112 and HB 919. 112 was submitted by Steve Toth and 919 by Ben Lehman. Now, this is the same bill that Representative Toth submitted in 2013, and it got 100 votes, a supermajority in the Texas House, but it didn't make it through the Senate. And that bill that Representative Toth drafted and submitted in 2013, the person who helped him draft that was then Attorney General, now Governor Greg Abbott. So you can see a nice progression happening, but it's going to come down to the people, and that's you. Now, both of these bills are pretty identical, and they look to prohibit law enforcement from enacting federal measures that purport to regulate a firearm, firearm accessory, or firearms ammunition. But let's get into it. And you can see the bill on the screen. It's the Texas Firearm Protection Act, same thing it was called back in 2013 when it was submitted. And the first page here goes over the 10th Amendment, the 9th Amendment, and the Second Amendment. And you can pause it if you want to look into it, but it's basically saying, look, these are the rules that when we joined the Union, we were told applied, and they still do today. The next page here, the top, Section 23, Article 1 of the Texas Constitution, secures the Texans the right to keep and bear arms, and that is unchanged from the date that the Constitution was adopted in 1876. And then it gets into the meat and the potatoes of the Texas Firearms Protection Act. First goes over a couple definitions of a firearm or a firearm accessory. And then the next section goes into state and local government policy regarding enforcement of federal firearm laws. And it says, basically, I'll summarize it. It says that this section applies to the state, any agency, department, commission, bureau, board, office, or anybody, any government board or entity or enforcement group. This applies to you, including police officers and district attorneys. The next part is where it explains what it actually is here. B. An entity described by subsection A may not adopt a rule, order, ordinance, or policy under which the entity enforces or, by consistent action, allows the enforcement of a federal statute, order, rule, or regulation enacted on or after January 1st, 2021, that purports to regulate a firearm accessory, or firearm ammunition if the statute, order, rule, or regulation imposes a prohibition, restriction, or other regulation such as a capacity or size limitation, a registration requirement, or a background check that does not exist under the laws of this state. The rest of the bill goes into how these people could be held criminally liable should they do such. And the last part says that the act will take effect immediately if it receives a vote of 2/3 of all the members elected to each house, as provided by Section 39, Article 3 of the Texas Constitution. And if it does not receive the vote necessary for immediate effect, it would take effect September 1st, 2021. So you have a governor who has come out on record saying that Texas should be a Second Amendment sanctuary state and protect the rights of the citizens of Texas. He's also, it's rumored that he's considering a run for president in 2024 too. So that's something to keep in the back of our minds. And you also have 2 bills submitted to get this done. Now it comes down to the people. The people have to put the pressure on their representatives, especially all of these new representatives that Texas has elected, stating they're going to be pro-gun friendly. You have to hold them to that. So I'll have a link down below to each one of these bills so you can read them. But basically, we just went over it. You saw it on the screen. And also, I'll have a link where you can contact your Texas state legislators. Find out who they are, reach out to them, get to know them. Calls are good. Emails are okay. Written correspondence is fantastic, but nothing beats a face-to-face visit, whether it's at the Capitol or at their offices in the districts. Get to know these people. That's a lost art. How can you help get the news out? All right. Obviously, if you're watching this video, I'm preaching to the choir, but there are a lot more of us out there that don't know this stuff is taking place. So I ask you humbly to please thumbs up this video. This helps to destroy the YouTube algorithm that hates firearms or anything related to freedom, and it puts it in front of more like-minded people. Also, please share this, not only to your friends and family, but maybe to subreddits or different groups or whatever, because we need this type of information to get out, because this is the exact information that they've been trying to stop from getting out the last week or so. So it's on us, guys and gals. It really is. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you all so much more than you know. If it is Second Amendment news you're after, this is your home here on Guns and Gadgets. So please hit the subscribe button. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon, and I'll see you on the next one. And that'll probably be very soon. Take care, everybody.